Hello, Alvis.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome back. 恭喜发财, everyone.
Yeah, today is day number what, Siu? 9.
Day number 90. Yesterday, you have a good sleep or not?
Oh, yesterday night was like fireworks everywhere. I think it goes up till 1-ish a.m. at my area.
Yes, that is the clear indications today is the day 9 of the Chinese New Year.
But then still, today, if you look at our backdrop, it's not about Chinese New Year.
It's about love, right? Yeah, next week actually we have 2 Valentines, you know. Western and Chinese Valentines.
Okay.
Chinese Valentines, right?
Yeah. On the 15th day, right? Chinese Valentine.
Yes. Exactly next Wednesday.
Exactly next Wednesday. Then we should do a live show. Then no, I'm kidding.
Yeah, we can have a live show. You picking up the Chinese Mandarin orange from the pool, from the river.
I throw Mandarin orange. Why I pick? Anyway, out of topic. Wowee, happy Valentine's Day. Actually, be early Valentine's Day. Right? Now, Siu, do you celebrate Valentine's Day?
Actually, not right, because this Chinese New Year already have all sort of daily celebration, right? That cause a high circulation of our money, you know. It's a dilemma for me, you know, between sticking to my budget or letting it go because it's Chinese New Year. If I put in Valentine's Day again, it's be another big burst in the pocket. But, what about you?
But it's for your wife, Siu. How can you say that it's for your wife?
Honestly, I have already take a long strategies that I brainwash her that to believe, and I believe also Valentine is just a strategic sales day to pay expensive for under, not everything lah, sometimes undervalued goods. So she buy my story, then it's fine.
I can't believe this. My husband said the same thing, and he tells me, you know what? When we are happy together, every day is Valentine's.
Yes, yeah, that is true.
But either way, circulation of cash and money, it has been interesting. This Chinese New Year, I think my expenses went up. But anyways, Valentine's, I don't really celebrate with my husband. Every day is a Valentine's, right? So if I want anything, I ask him at any point in time, lor.
Oh, actually, I didn't tell that. Technically, you can ask for 364 days.
You know, it's very interesting. My husband has been more generous this year. I also wonder what happened. It's like I thought with all this while we have conversation about our finances, but this year he's like, okay lah, bye. Okay lah, do. So I'm also sweating. I don't know what's happening.
I think that is great because that leads us to our discussion for today. Should couple discuss on the personal finances, like how to spend? You have a mismatch this year. Your expectation is different.
Yes, mismatch this year. I get paranoid. He's like, oh, hi Brenda, hi Julia.
Hello, Brenda, Julia.
Do you actually have this financial conversation with your wife?
Actually, not really. So for me and her, we manage our money and agree on some common expenses. So we manage our own one. So I would say there's a gray area. Actually, I would say good is we have a common agreement over here. And also it's good like you, I know you have a common agreement with your husband on the planning, budgeting, all those things, what to spend. Yep. I don't really have that. I don't do it because not that I don't want you to, because the older version of myself, not the size always the same. Just the 10, 15 years ago, the mind is different. So I don't know how to start the conversation during that time. So when we are dating, saying the time, I don't know how to start the conversation. So I let it stay as it until now.
Okay. You know what? You've probably heard my story about me and my husband having all this discussion that helps in our relationship. But today, we have an amazing person who is an expert in this area who's going to come in to share with us and actually answer this, right? How do we even begin having conversations around such a sensitive topic? Right, I get it that is not very common practice in the society, and actually I have a personal agenda today. My agenda is to normalize all this kind of conversation. So Sue, you'll probably be the first test bed. After tonight, you got to go practice. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I just make sure I lock my wife's laptop tonight.
Sue's wife, come on. Brenda, go and get Sue's wife online. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, all right. Now, our expert for today, she's a licensed and registered counselor, and one of her expertise is in relationship counseling. Can you believe that's you, relationship counseling?
Relationship counseling. There's such a counselor in Malaysia. Even there are so many taboos around the relationship, right? That would be good, right? Anything I cannot talk, I get the counselor to talk to my wife.
Counselor, that's not the point. Hence, my personal agenda is to make this kind of conversation not a taboo, make this kind of conversation okay, right? Because to me, it is a much needed support in our society. That's my opinion.
Agree on this.
Yeah, and when I was having conversation with her in preparing with this, right, there's a lot of interesting things that she have taught me even during that conversation, that short conversation, things around having a safe space and someone who can facilitate, possibly if we cannot have the conversation safely or in an environment where we feel safe with our partner, someone who can facilitate would help a lot. Right, so for her to embark on such a, to a certain extent, society funnily perceived profession, I think she has a lot of courage. And today, I am actually looking forward to having a lot of distinction and conversation with her because she has supported many couples through their challenges, right? And tonight is the best night since Valentine's is coming up, Sue.
Yeah, actually, this unique and special. And I can't wait. Actually, I can't wait to learn more from her, how to create a safe space.
Hey, you don't say learn only, must practice one, huh?
Oh, yes. Must practice. So,
anyway,
who we have for tonight?
What? Oh, who do we have? Let's welcome Azza Yasmin.
Hi, Asa.
Hi.
For being here today.
How am I today? I'm good. I have a slight headache, but that's okay. We're gonna have a lot of laughter. I'm sure. I'm listening to you guys, and I'm already laughing behind the scenes. So laughter is always the best medicine for anything.
Yes. So Azza, right? Now, before diving into the conversation, maybe you want to just begin sharing with us a bit of context, right? What do we do in a relationship counseling, for example, right? Because you is like, I use a counselor to talk to my wife. It's like, what?
Yeah. Well, generally, counseling is about creating a safe space for the person. So it can be an individual, couples, whether they're married or not, and family. So any people in the family that can come in and also have counseling. So what we do in counseling, yes, that's called family counseling. And so, yes, we can talk about issues around that as well. So it's providing a safe space for people to talk to each other, because sometimes when topics of discussion feel not safe, or I'm feeling attacked, or I'm feeling accused or judged, we start to become defensive, and when we become defensive, we start to show a lot of anger. So then when we start being angry at each other, nobody listens. It's just a lot of loud noise, and then one will go like, Huff, you're not listening, and the other one says, I told you so, and then they go, one go there, one go there.
How very familiar situation.
Yeah. And so what I do in sessions is in EFT, emotionally focused therapy, the approach that I use in my counseling, we are called process consultants. So we kind of translate what you are trying to say behind all that emotions, because sometimes our emotions can take over. We can not clear of what our intention and message is. So I'm there to listen and translate, I guess.
I thought you're a translation machine.
No, I'm thinking about that, right? One of the things that attached with to me lah, I would think one of the things attached to the most emotions would be money, finance. Then I will ask, so should a couple discuss personal finances about that?
Actually, there was a group of researchers last year in 2020. They surveyed around 1,000 over couples. And individuals, and they've identified about 8 common conflict areas where couples have conflict. So one of them is inadequate attention and affection, jealousy, infidelity, chores, responsibility, sex, control, dominance, future plans, and money. So yes, so money is a sensitive topic, amongst the 8 ones that this research has found. So it's hard to talk about money. It's hard to talk about intimacy. It's hard to talk about, hey, you haven't washed the plate, yeah, go wash lah.
So at that time, I normally become deaf. You become sudden deaf, I'm not sure this is a kind of symptom of sickness. I hear that.
I feel selective hearing.
You already answer my question before I ask, because someone don't listen. Anyway,
maybe it's a common virus on husband.
Common virus. Anyway, why do you reckon the topics such as finances or even intimacy is such a challenging topic for couples to take on?
Because these 8 areas, it's not just money. I know we're talking about money here, but it's not just money. It's also intimacy, affection, and all that.
Yeah.
What's happening is, how do I broach the subject without fearing losing my partner? So for example, when we talk about money, if somebody has more money than the other, we're not talking, there's no gender issue here, just one has more money than the other, and we need that money to help ourselves, and our partner's there. We're life partners. We're here for the long haul, right? So we're supposed to be a team, and we're supposed to help each other out, but then when you want to open your mouth and say, can you help me? Can you help me with this? And do I have to pay you back? It's hard to even ask, because 1, you're shy, and 2, also it feels there's a certain amount of nervousness and fear to even broach the subject, because perhaps, and I'm just guessing here because every couple is different, that there's fear of losing that person when you have that discussion, or that person will say, why do you want so much money? So when you hear anger, how do you feel? You feel unsafe. You feel unsafe to even ask again, or you might have thoughts like, does this person love me? I'm just asking for this money, and I really need it for this, whatever it is, could be your makeup, or it could be paying a bill. a medical bill. It could be that. So if the person that you're with says, what do you want this money for? This is my hard-earned money, da 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 da. When it lands on that person that's asking, you are thinking like, wow, I'm getting all this anger. Am I important? Am I important to you? Why is this anger coming up? Am I important to you? So I'm not important. Oh crap. I need to like not ask anymore.
See,
so there's it's frightening. It's frightening to even ask.
I absolutely get that, how frightening it is, right? So here's the thing in my mind is that why then allow all this topic to be such a factor of, concern? Because let's talk about my husband and I, right? So
Are you sure?
I'm
Give me permission, please.
He'll probably give me funny face from behind, but yeah, like my husband and I, the moment we started our relationship, money conversation is already on the table because we wanted it not to be a factor of, any disagreement or any conflict and things like that. If we disagree, we have actually agreements around it, okay? So we cool down for a day or two, then we come back out, rediscuss, renegotiate until we are both happy with it. So from the get-go, the decision is not to let this be a factor for us, right? Hence, in my head is that, where does this even come from? How come people are so concerned or afraid, right? Right from the get-go. To me, a part of it is society's programming or society's practice, lifelong practice, like Sue said, him and his wife, right? So with that said, is it possible to create such reality that is not a factor that we can feel safe?
Actually, what you described to me just now was sounds kind of safe as well between you and your husband. It really does. It sounds as if you've got a healthy way to discuss a very sensitive topic between you. I like the fact that when you said, when things get heated, we move away, we cool down, and then we come back in. And healthy couples do that. A lot of people think when we fight as a couple, that means we're unhealthy. Having an unhealthy relationship. But a healthy relationship between couples is there's a disconnection, repair, and connect.
Yeah.
So that is a healthy couple. An unhealthy couple, in my opinion, well done. An unhealthy couple, in my opinion, is that they disconnect, don't know how to repair, can't reconnect. So they disconnect and disconnect and disconnect. And then the safety becomes, it's chiseled away little bit by little bit by little bit to the point where, those questions I ask, are you there for me? Am I important to you? Do you still love me? Am I the queen of your heart or king of your heart? Is not there. It's just chiseled away. And it's replaced by, even if I ask, he or she will be angry. If I ask, if I broach the subject, they will just, go into, we'll just go into the fight. And I don't want that. I don't want that to add to the repertoire of what I've already have, which is the messages of I'm not important in your life.
Got it.
So
Actually, I have a question.
You two are married, are not married to each other, but you look like husband and wife.
It's my work husband.
Work husband.
I'm just thinking for Kitti is a bit unique. They discuss on the finance very early stage when they start dating, right?
Right.
So is there any right timing as a reference to talk? I mean, at the early stage before they tie the knot or after marriage, because maybe a bit more the traditional Asian Chinese. I always read the news, right? The story talking about, the men start to talk about money with the girls on the second date, on third date. It become something like become a taboo or something like you shouldn't do. And even say you are wrong, you're doing it wrong. Actually, honestly, to me, I say actually not bad, right? You set your expectation right.
Yeah, absolutely. Even when I got married, I laid my cards on the table and say, here's how much I earn. I'm really sorry, but I need to work on it, So I think, but here's my take. my take is that when you are getting serious in your relationships, there are certain topics that you kind of need to talk about.
Yeah.
And that's called planning a life together.
That's a good.
Right? Usually, you know, in our culture, or in the Malay culture, there's a lot of planning for the wedding,
Oh,
but there's no planning for life together.
I think it's an Asian thing.
Yes.
Yes.
And then everybody wants to get involved when it's the event and the party and everything else. But then when the couple is having a fight, who's around? Who's around? They're just left to each other. So yes, so couples, for me, whatever that looks like to you, is planning for your life together. So you're planning the marriage or the relationship, but you're not planning the wedding. You let the rest of the family plan the wedding. Sort of thing, you know. So yeah, so planning, planning that includes finance as well, because at the end of the day, you want to be physically safe, you want to be financially safe, you want to be as well as emotionally safe. Money can't buy you happiness, but money can buy you the best medical treatment either of you need. For example, I'm just being realistic here.
Yeah, that's good.
Right? You know, it can't buy you happiness. I'm sorry. I mean, but it can buy you, well, it can buy you happiness for it, and you feel happy for a short period, then you put it on the shelf and it collects dust. But then, you know, or you can buy well, we can't go right now, but you can buy a holiday and create memories, and those are the ones that will help you see yourself and see your couple and your relationship through the long haul. What we want to do with the money is also create memories with ourselves, create memories with children, you know. So that includes also family planning, and you need money for all those things. So money is a resource that we need as a couple.
Kids are so expensive nowadays.
Oh gosh, yes.
Anyway, we have a question from a viewer, right, Brenda?
Ooh.
The fear of judgment by loved ones can be more crippling than strangers because of expectations on the loved ones who should support. Aren't there times where we cannot support some bad behaviors?
This is oh wow, there's a lot of I have more questions about that. I have more questions. I think there's two parts to that question. Can you read that again, please? I think there's two parts of the question.
The fear of judgment by loved ones can be more crippling than strangers because of expectations on the loved one who should support you in that sense.
Okay, so that's one. So it's about judgment and support, and then the other one is about
are there times where we cannot support bad behaviors?
Okay. So
I think
sounds like a very loaded question, and sounds like I need some more facts behind it. So I'm just going to probably answer in general, I guess, right?
Yes.
So when we are in a couple, at the end of the day, no. Let me think about this a little bit.
Maybe I'll share with you my train of thoughts and see if this makes
okay
sense, right? Yeah, I can understand how it seems like it is more paralyzing when someone we love don't seem to love us, right? When there is certain judgment or misconception or perception of each other. My goodness, hang on. We're gonna finish this before going to game. It's game time.
Okay. It's game time. Yes.
Yeah. But in my mind, here's the thing, right? To me, is yes, it may feel that we are being judged more, or it feels more crippling. But my personal experience have told me that oftentimes the judgment is not as what we think it is. They probably want something for us that we want anyway, right? That's my perception, right? But I can get how oh my God, is this person gonna still love me kind of feeling.
Absolutely. So it's a perceived judgment.
Yeah.
So I perceive that from experience growing up or experience having a relationship with you, I perceive that you are going to judge me if I ask this question. That perception that you have of yourself and of the other person is crippling.
Yeah. And
So
sometimes it's just an assumption, isn't it?
it's an assumption, perhaps, or it's an assumption that is true because we have experienced this person this way, or we've experienced this sort of relationship with other people, you know. So yes, so for me, I feel like that judgment is valid for yourself. And we do get into conversations where that will come up. And I think, remember, Kitti, when we were talking about the 3 different conversations, perhaps after we do our fun bits, we can go into that. And we can see how these conversations kind of, give birth to, those feelings of judgment and anger and frustration and dismissal and all those kind of things. This one very deep one. Let's have some fun first. Can I?
Okay. Can't wait for the game.
Yeah, just to top it up, because Brenda, since she put it up, right, she said to top up on that, expectation doesn't only end by loved ones as in couples. It is expected that we support our family no matter what, even siblings and relatives, just because it's expected.
Right. Okay, so that's we're talking about boundaries. So what are the healthy boundaries that we need to put for ourselves to keep our own self and our relationship with our spouses safe?
I support that.
Yeah. So yeah, if our boundaries are not clear for ourselves, then we cannot teach others that these are these boundaries. And when boundaries are not clear, people take advantage of us. And then when we put up those boundaries and then hold on to those boundaries, those people that relied on us, that when we didn't have boundaries, will get mad and angry with us. And that's something that's normal and that we have to get used to. And they will get used to it, don't worry.
They will. Anyway, let's go have some fun first.
Yes,
and
please, getting too deep already.
Right? Before that, let's have a look at
The
tips for
of the day. Yeah, we are there, Asa. Finally, we are in the game room.
Yeah.
Yes. Today's game is called Sing a Song.
Yeah, but for the game, I jealous. Why
Right.
your one red color? Why my one black color?
It's based on the heart color. So you can know my heart is a red, pumping the red color. Your one, sorry, I color blind to that. I'm not sure what color is it. I cannot see any.
Walao, okay, fine. If you say,
You see, Asa have a pure heart white color.
so if mine is black, so it shall be. Be careful for what you wish for.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
Okay,
Anyway.
It's
don't
not
worry.
the color of the heart, it's the intention to love. And creativity.
That's a good one.
Okay, what are we playing
So
today?
what we're going to do?
Oh,
Right.
I asked you, you asked me, then how?
Okay, actually, I know. Actually, our producer have told me. So our producer will going to giving us some random words, right? So, and all we need to do is sing a song that contains the word in
Oh my
it.
God.
So very simple, right? To me, actually, I think it's a very simple game because I hardly listen to music. That's been likely I just create my own song.
But I croak. I'm not really good at singing. I croak.
My biggest fear is singing live. Oh my God.
Actually, not about
Guys.
singing.
Okay.
No, my friend said I'm the best singer she know. Because he said I can sing every song in the world because my sound is flat.
Okay, let's make it easy. We just probably sing 1 to 2 lines of that word, okay?
Okay.
Okay, let's just have fun. Let's just have fun.
Okay. Producer, where is the word gonna come from, producer?
Believe.
Who's going first?
I believe I can fly.
Sing some more.
Oh. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Okay.
Next time we can have a mini concert.
Believe. That miracle song, how to sing?
How to sing, ah?
There can be miracles.
Oh, yes.
You believe. No hope is real. Da, da, da. I told you I croak. I think our producer is testing us.
Is she
Yes,
laughing
you see
too?
who's going to sing first. So next time, I think I let Asa to sing first.
Oh God, no. Love.
Love.
Oh gosh.
Okay, let's see what you're saying.
I got one song.
Go first, yeah.
I love you. You love me. We are happy family.
We can't take you from me. Don't you say you love me too.
You win, Phil, you win.
It's a famous we have a young kid.
Love.
What
Very old school song.
Go ahead.
Love is in the air. Everywhere I look around. I don't know how to sing the song lyric.
Oh my God.
I can think of one more. Also very old song. The love me tender, love me so, something like that.
Oh.
God, you all apa? All song. No modern song.
I think the I love you.
I googled it. Sorry, love.
Cannot Google.
L is for the way you look at me. Is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you can adore, and love is all that I can give to you. Okay, done.
Okay, yeah. This now Mr. Google Room.
Singing, man. You can sing, woman. You can sing.
Oh, money. Okay, I want Google. Wait, mommy.
Money,
Money.
Now I'm the type worry of judgment. If I sing, I become very old song already.
Okay. Oh, no judgment.
The money.
Oh, yeah. I know.
I know a Cantonese song.
Money, nothing funny in a big man's world. Right.
Money. What other money song is there? I want to be a billionaire. So freaking bad. That's the only one I can remember.
Yeah. Okay. Can lah.
Money. Any other song? I know. I love money. Money love me. We are one big happy family.
Jadilah.
We are one big rich family.
Oh, good. Correct. Oh, goodness. Okay, next one.
Quite simple, actually, the producer.
Kiss我.
Oh.
Kiss我.
God.
God.
God, wait.
Let's see, got our audience got any tips or not?
Yeah, please.
Anyone have any idea?
So far, the thing there.
You're so bad at this.
Kiss. I kissed the bird and I like it.
Oh, I kissed a girl and I liked it. Right? Let me get the lyrics.
Cherry chapstick.
Who is the thing?
Katy Perry, is it?
Yes.
Yeah. Kiss.
Perry.
Cannot remember. Oh my god. What song is that? Kiss me down on the bearded barley.
You. I don't know that one. My goodness.
I also don't know. Kiss I kiss you, you kiss me, we then can go make baby.
So I created one also from the money.
Oh, I
wait,
got
how
it
to say?
right. Okay.
Sixpence none the richer. Oh my god, my brain not functioning.
I also. Okay, I got Katy Perry punya. So I kissed a girl and I liked it. The taste of her cherry chapstick. Oh, I kissed a girl just to try it. Hope my boyfriend don't mind it. It felt so wrong. It felt so right. Don't mean I'm in love tonight. I kissed a girl and I liked it. Okay.
I like it.
Good job.
Thank God for Google.
Luckily, disable missing. If not, I have to sing the kiss.
No.
Kiss my money. Kiss my money.
Baby.
Baby.
Baby, 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 oh, baby,
Oh yeah.
baby.
Oh, I can put the two together. Kiss me, baby, one more time.
Oh my
I
goodness.
have no idea
Baby.
on baby.
I got. Rock my baby on the treetop. Oh my god. Okay. I hope this one is the last one, right?
Okay.
Got
No
some
more,
more.
right,
Producer.
Ring. Ring.
Every single lady, if you want me, put a ring on it. Don't remember lyrics.
Who's that? Who's that?
Oh my god, who is she already? Beyonce, is it? Oh, the single ladies. Yeah. I don't know what. If you want this, you put a ring on it.
Oh, okay. Wait.
She
That
Google.
song, I think.
I Google.
Actually, maybe I'm not romantic, you know. The movie The Ring come to my mind, so we can crawl from the TV.
Ring. What other ring song? Can I make up my own? Ring. Hello.
Money.
Is it me you're looking for?
Ring.
So bad, right?
Ring. Oh my god.
We should actually ask producer to sing.
You
one
know,
for
next
us.
I'm sure after this, when everything all cool down, everything all flood back. I was like, oh, I should have this, and
I know. It's those game competitiveness. It's like Okay, I surrender.
Oh.
Time end. Yes, I surrender. So you know what? We're gonna just declare Azhar won.
Yeah, yes. Look, where's your present, you know?
Yeah.
You can have a kiss for me or Kitti. You have to pick.
Learning how to do virtual kiss. Anyway, let's look at tips number 2 and then we'll go back to have conversation. Oh my goodness, I'm sweating from the game.
I think it's a good game. At least I can get it correct for 1 or 2.
Yeah, right. So, okay, you know what? Let's jump back into that conversation just now because even when I was talking to you, Azhar, that was a very interesting awareness and learning for me, right? If you can maybe tie back to Brenda's, there are times that I don't, we don't support, right, behaviors such as shopaholic, gambling, and etc. That 3 types of conversation, right? Just now we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how does that go?
Okay. So how do we end up not feeling safe in our relationships? It's the kind of conversations that we have that chisel away at the safety that we built before we got together and, tied the knot and everything, right?
Yeah.
So it is called the 3 demon dialogues. And
Demon.
yeah, it's called 3 demon dialogues. And so when we find ourselves in these demon dialogues, it's, it kind of takes over the relationship completely, and it leaves you both feeling triggered, overwhelmed, and alone. And sometimes you feel like your partner may be the enemy, like he doesn't love me or she doesn't love me and all that. So
He don't love me.
he don't.
We are not enemy.
No, we're not enemies. Yes. So we know that from the studies on couples. We know that one of the things that's missing in this demon dialogues is repairing the relationship. So one of the things so for couples who find themselves in a situation where they feel unsafe, repairing these conversations is to actually understand and be aware and see that you are actually in these conversations that is basically triggering you, overwhelming you, and tearing you apart. Okay, so the first one is called find the bad guy, or the mutual attack, where both parties, they will attack. They will tell you, but you said this, but you said that. No, you said this, you said that. And nobody wants to back down. Nobody wants to. Nobody wants to give in. Nobody wants to say sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Right.
You mean that?
So the emotional music that's going around that you're hearing, right, is criticism, rejection. The message is both partners feel rejected every time they speak to each other. It's I'm not the bad guy, you are. So this conversation is finding the bad guy, right? But the core message inside this conversation is that you can't do this to me, I'll show you, sort of conversations that you have, right? So this is one conversation, find the bad guy. The second one is called protest polka, or demand and withdraw. This one everybody will know. This is where one complain, the other one quiet, and then the other one keep quiet. Then the other one, which one complain, kata, you didn't hear me, start to poke and criticize. And then the one that hears the criticism and poke also starts to shut down or defend themselves. So the more the person push, the more they shut down. The more the person push, the more the person shut down. So the person that push is not getting the data that they need to feel comfortable and safe. And the person that's shutting down, the message in their head is, if I just keep quiet long enough, they won't say anything, and I don't want to say anything that might hurt that person. So I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to get into this. So at the same time, both are feeling off balance. They're feeling rejected. They're feeling lonely. The dialogue isn't safe. And sometimes you can just it just goes fast. Blah, 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 blah. Right? So the core message that's happening is, where are you? I can't find you. And, I can't see your disapproving face because I feel like you don't love me anymore. So I'm going to shut down.
Guilty. Certain conversation, not money though. Some other conversation with my husband like that.
Yes. So remember the 8 types of conversations that you have. So this is the process that you go through in any conversation. The topic can be anything. So the third one is flight and freeze. Yeah. So this, after some time, right? You've done the conversation, find the bad guy. Then it will turn to protest polka, and then when it comes, there's a certain amount of times that goes by. Partners will feel very disconnected. and they numb out and they distance themselves. Right? So there's nobody is reaching out, nobody wants to even start the conversation, because we're going to fight anyway. I'm going to hurt you, you're going to hurt me again. Why we have this conversation? So both will shut down.
It's almost like resigned.
Yes, it's almost right, resigned. Now you can identify these three conversations. All couples have these three conversations, but there's one that we practice the most. So just identify that first. So that's your first step into having a better conversation with yourself. So, usually I think the research says about 70% are the protest polka. Push, shut down, push, shut down.
Just the majority. Just the majority.
You identify with that, Kitti.
So the question is, right, when we are aware of this, right, and we begin noticing that we are doing it, right? Then what do we do? How is there a way for us to rebound from that? Because sometimes it's like it just slips like that, you see. It's true. It's like, oh my God, I just did this.
Absolutely. So when you're first noticing it, you might notice it when you're actually in the conversation itself. And you go like, oh no. What you're looking for is that awareness. Oh no, oh wow, we're in this relationship. So that's the first step of getting aware of it. Eventually, what you'll notice is that you will even stop the argument before it happens. Or eventually, and then you'll go like, I don't want to get into this hour into demon dialogues. I know you care for me, I know you love me, and I don't know how to approach you. So we need to have a different conversation here on this topic, on the topic of money. And I really want to talk to you about it. So when you're ready, so naturally couples will, when they start becoming aware, they start slowing down, because the demon dialogues can go to 1 to 100 in like 6 seconds. And we've actually researched that, 1 to 100 in 6 seconds. It goes boom, 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 very fast. So being aware of it slows you down. When you slow down, it starts to create safety. When you create safety, you start speaking differently, right? I know, kind of, we need to speak about this instead of, hey, we need to speak about this, we don't want that. Because when you're in a demon dialogue, it gets hot, fast, and loud. Very fast.
World War II. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, it comes World War II. And then everybody go, oh, and then everybody shut down, one go and there. Right?
So if we were to flip it the other way around, let's say take Brenda's example, right? Deciding to set a certain boundaries of not supporting certain behaviors that you don't tolerate, but in that midst of her conversing, there bound to be that kind of conversation on the other side, right? It's unpleasant probably for the person who's beginning to set their boundaries. It may even cause some questions like, am I doing the right thing?
You'll get feedback.
Right.
Yeah, you'll get defensiveness, and yes.
How do you then be with it without reacting to a certain extent?
Right. Brilliant. I love that word, reacting. So there's a difference between reacting and responding. Right? So reacting is very, like I said, it's hot, it's loud, and it's fast. Hot, loud, and fast. There's no thought in it, right? There's no thought in it. Our survival mind just takes over, right? But we're in control of our minds, so we can do a deep breath and start to respond. When we take a deep breath, our mind takes over, we calm down, and then we respond. Now that takes practice, and that takes a lot of self-growth. I know that because I had to do that myself. This is not easy. I get you, honey. What is Azza saying? No, that can't happen. It can, but it takes practice and a lot of tissues, because you cry through growth, because growth is hard. Growth is painful. So it's all about me and how I want to respond. And I notice even my relationship with my husband, that the minute I decided to respond, really just changed the feel of the relationship in itself. But there are days, I mean, we're 16 years in, but there are days where I think reacting you need to have some reaction, because the other day he I think my husband dropped a piece of glass and it just shattered. That needs a reaction, not a okay, let's take time. Dude, there's shards of glass. Somebody, we need to respond quickly, right?
Yeah.
But I responded. Yes, I responded. I reacted to the emergency. I reacted to the emergency that somebody, he or me, might get cut. But I responded to the emotions, because he was upset. He was upset that it was because we were tidying up and all that, and we were just about finished, and all of a sudden, bam, we have to, and we're both tired. So I decided, either I go, hala, why? We're just, why you do that? We're almost done, and you did that. I could have reacted that way, but I just breathed and said, okay, it's fine. It's okay. It's fine. It's done. All right.
Yeah.
We need this, this, and this. Are you okay? Don't move.
Yeah.
Can you see how responding is slower and more calmer, and then reacting is hot and hard and fast, right? This is all a growth area.
What I'm hearing is a lot of practice in, yes, you may need to react to handle a certain situation, especially when things are of urgency, right? But it doesn't mean that you need to react and make someone else's wrong, react or, attack someone else, react and do whatever to this person. It is a lot about.
Absolutely. So I'm reacting to the emergency that's happening and the potential hurt. I did cut myself in the end. I'm reacting to that, but I'm responding to his emotions because he's upset.
Yeah.
So if I'm upset and he's upset, what conversation are we having? We're having the attack conversation.
Which is true.
Right? We're having the attack conversation. So I don't want an attack conversation. It's already at the end of the weekend. I just want to relax. I want to see a movie. Tomorrow's Monday. Why am I going to spoil my day? So I decided to respond and not have a demon dialogue with him. And in the end, it was so sweet. I just done everything. And then I noticed, I cut myself. He took a plaster and just plastered me. No words said.
I have a question. Yeah, I do have a question over here. So if to avoid going into the demon dialogue is one of the way, do we need to have the both party to agree on that upfront?
It just takes one. I think it's about sitting down and just getting to know the demon dialogue first when you're not in a hot and fast place, right? So when you're having a casual conversation, you're dating, talk about the demon dialogues, and then try to identify out of the ones that you do, which one do you practice the most? And then take it from there when you do everyday life and you are about to get into your conversation or your demon dialogues, just noticing it. That's all you need to do. The more you notice it, the more you will slow down. This is what we want. So the more you will slow down, the more you go like, hang on a minute. I've had couples come into my sessions. We go, we're in the dialogue. Yes, I know. Shall we stop now? I think so. Okay, we'll come back later. All right. And then they go, I've heard them say that as well. It takes practice just to notice that these are the dialogues that tear us apart. These are the dialogues that is not conducive to our relationship. And these are the dialogues that doesn't make us safe. It makes us feel defensive. We criticize, we feel alone, we get angry, we think that why are you with me? You don't love me. We have all these negative thoughts. So these are the demon dialogues that if we can understand that, that's our first step, and just slowing it down, right?
Yeah. Now I can see how come how this is very relatable to especially money. I dare not say about other races because I may not be as aware, right? I know for Chinese, money is like a hot uh topic, right? I must have my own money. Husband must give wife money must be separated. You must have always your own backup. And there's a lot of right from the get-go protection. Hence, it's almost bound to go into that conversation. It's either I'm protecting mine, so you're the bad person who wants to come and get my stuff. So now it all makes sense to me.
Now it all makes sense to you. It's about protecting yourself. So when I feel unsafe, I want to protect myself.
Yeah.
Right. So how do I protect myself? I become defensive, or I shut down. And sometimes shut down can be in words. Sometimes, and this is what I learned in my practice, sometimes shutting down doesn't mean staying quiet. Sometimes a shutdown can mean a slam of the door, can be, putting the plates into the sink and blam, or changing this topic of conversation. That's also a shutdown. Oh, by the way, did you see that the neighbor did this? That's also shutting down, So just noticing that when that person shuts down. Yeah. At the end of the day, also when it talks to money, if I can pick up Kitti's example there just now, what I'm hearing is that my money in the Chinese culture, as you explained it, I have to have my own, you have to have your own, because I need to protect myself. Now, what I'm thinking is that you can still have that, but the dialogue, but the conversation, instead of having it being the demon dialogue, it's more of okay, honey, I know this is yours and this is your money. Do you feel safe?
Yeah.
How much do you need to do this? Because I don't have money right now, but how much do you need? So instead of being, apart, we come together to maintain what you have, which is what you explained earlier on in the session, right? With your husband, we need to speak, but I can't speak about this now. Let's go away. Let's cool down and we talk about it later. So that's kind of it, right? Yeah.
Right. So here's the thing, Brenda. Shouldn't couples also have their own bucket of money for safety? Example, upon death of the partner, so the living keeps on living.
So when you have safety,
yeah,
in your relationship, and you have safety in your conversations, you can sort all these questions out and plan all these things easily, because each couple will do things differently. There is no one formula that everybody needs to kind of abide by. Yep. Because everybody has different resources, everybody earns differently. Some people have inherited money, some people don't. So your personal money management is something that you both need to talk about. Sure. When it's safe. And how does that look like for you?
Yep.
To feel safe in the end.
Actually, Brenda, questions do make me recall one of my friends. He actually achieved financial freedom quite early, 30 something, close to 40. What he do, right? He actually align the family together, the wife, the children. They said, we only have one enemy in this world, the called bank, who taking the money out from our pocket through something called loan. So this is very much he told me. So their family income, whatever they pump in together, our ultimate thing is just to fight this giant. So our family is aligned together. So actually, from what he didn't tell how much he have, right? From what we noticed, right? Actually, he's financially free, and the money management wise actually quite relaxed. Also, I see his respect on the wife. Sometimes he don't want to spend, right? His style will be okay. My wife not approve, which we know he don't want to spend on it.
Yeah, amazing. So this is what I'm hearing from your friend is that I am creating safety. We are in this together.
Yep.
Against this, for want of a better word. I don't like the word against. I'm trying to figure out another word for that. But we are in tune. We are together. We're a team to do money. To do the money. And so, and I noticed the narrative amongst couples, oh, my wife don't like lah. Oh, my husband don't like lah. Oh, my this one don't like lah. And then we frowned on that. We frown on that as society. We frown on that as siblings and all that, oh, your wife very controlling, or your husband very controlling. I feel that it is a sign of respect, of respecting the safety that your spouse needs to have when it comes to the money. This is what I'm hearing. And I think for outsiders like us looking in, I think that's a beautiful thing. I think we need to change that narrative into making it a beautiful thing and support the person. Say, hey, my husband don't like me doing that. I say, yeah, maybe yes. Maybe he doesn't feel safe, let's talk about it even more. So it's talking about the safety of that.
I can vouch for that, right? We have to close very soon. I can actually really vouch for that because I find myself appreciating even small purchases sometimes, but it's just because the purchase is not in the plan, it's unexpected. My husband coming up to me and was like, hey, I was thinking of getting this. What do you think? It's a small item, right? There's a part in my head that goes like, okay, go ahead, right? That's me taking certain things for granted, right? But because of his personal practice, it makes me feel very safe, and naturally I reciprocate the same way, right? So it's like there are certain things, it's like, you know what, I have a shopping bug, can I please do some shopping? Well, it's not asking for permission, right? But it's more like asking for agreement.
Or if I can reframe that a little bit, like, I'm thinking of you and your safety while I do this because you are important to me.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of bring you into the loop of what I want to do, and so that's the safety, that's the love, and the respect, and just being on the same page with each other. Outside people, as Brenda was saying, have perceptions of that. Let's change that narrative or the meaning of that narrative. It's safety. It's creating safety for each other. And let's help each other create that safety with each other as well.
Yep. Agree.
Okay.
Oh my God, I'm so happy with this conversation. Thank you so much for sharing all this with us, right? Let's explore the potential of having more sessions together and deep diving, right? Because I think this is an essential topic to normalize in the community.
Absolutely, I agree.
Yeah. Okay. So then here's the thing, Azza, right? Yes. Before we say goodbye to you, before we ask you to sum a couple of things up, tell us quickly, what do you do? How can we find you? We already know what you do. How can we find you? Right? A little bit more about you.
Yeah. If let's say there's some question I don't want to ask, how I can ask you?
Oh, perfect. Okay. Okay. My name is Azza Yasmin, and Yasmin with a Z, not with an S. I think there we go. That's the ticker down there. That's my website. You can get me through the website and the contact tab, and email me anytime. I will respond. I may not respond quickly, but I will respond. And what do? I'm a relationship counselor. So relationships are between yourself. You have to have a relationship with yourself. You have to have a relationship with other people, friends and family. So if there's always two people That's the relationship that I'm talking about. So it could be work relationship, but my speciality is couples relationship. So if you are a couple, married or otherwise, or I'm very inclusive, so any sort of couples can come, no judgment. So I do that. So if you're feeling that your marriage is not feeling safe, come and have a discussion. If you're feeling like you're thinking about divorce, come. And even after divorce, also come, because you need to plan your life again. And I also do a lot of grief work and depression and anxiety as well.
Nice, right? And I just wanted to add this very quickly, right? People, there are really, really no shame in seeing a counselor, right? Or seeing a coach or even a therapist, right? All these are available today to support us to live the life that we want. Right? So don't rob yourself just because of this whole society's perception about, oh, all these conversations shall remain as it is, it must be hidden from everyone else, and just take everything on yourself. There are a lot of amazing people like Azah, right? Her and her colleagues, right? Matter of fact, as I know, a couple of your family is doing this, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of people and a lot of friends, yes.
So it's an amazing support structure. So go ahead and go find her, have some conversation, okay?
So you can't reach your name.
Yeah. And also be reminded that if you are going for any counseling, that our counseling is private and confidential. We don't say anything to anyone. That is part of the contract that you sign with us. And also we abide by the Lembaga Council Malaysia ethics. So you're safe. Come. I invite you to come.
Awesome. You can talk to anything, but no one knows about it.
Oh God, right to my grave. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Before we really let you go, right? So if you will get our wowies to remember one thing for tonight, what would be your message to them?
Wow. Okay. I think I think it's about personal growth. To have a brilliant relationship with other people, have a brilliant relationship and a safe one with yourself first. So it's about, and personal growth is painful. So take out the tissues, come and see a counselor, coach, a best friend if you can't, a family friend that you can confide with. Read loads and loads of books. Doesn't have to be personal growth books, just a lot of self-growth, so emotional growth. So have a brilliant relationship with yourself and love yourself first.
Oh, I love that so much. Right? Well, what really hits me was really feeling safe with yourself. Right, so I thought I've done quite a number of work, quite a lot of work around being with me, right? This whole thing about my growth, and now you just hit another point about feeling safe with myself.
Yes. Your own emotional safety, yeah.
Okay, cool, right? So now, if you want that, you can also still find her and have that conversation.
Yes, they'll take it offline.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much, Azah, for responding and saying yes to coming on and sharing all these things with us. I absolutely love the conversation. Hopefully, we will have more to come together.
I look forward to it, Kitti. I look forward to it with you as well. Thank you for having me. It's been a great conversation and making it so light.
Yeah. Actually, we want to make it light, easier to absorb. And thank you for joining us today. So before we send you off, we normally let our audience to have a look on the practice of the day.
Bye, Azah.
Bye, Azah. Yes, time flies every time, especially today. You know what I learned today, Kitti?
What?
Actually, in the conversation with among with the girls or couples, even my wife, right? The typical topic they will say, they like the man to make them feel safe. Right? All this while, a lot of time when things feel safe, maybe from the wealth point of view, you stay healthy, you got the enough income to support them on their life, or you can bring them for traveling, all those things. But I never thought of can create the safe feeling on themselves by as simple as just asking for a question, like, can I get this thing? Can I go and buy this thing? So we make them feel safe, Honestly, I only for myself, right? Normally how I make the salesperson aware, I will react like I would scared of my wife. I said, I need to ask my wife first. And I never thought of, okay, this is creating safe. And my people really do that for their family or their wives. Why small thing also have to ask the wife? But actually, I do recognize that actually it's good that we normally, because for me, only certain amount of the transaction or circulations, only I will talk to her and let her know, okay, I'm going to spend big on this amount. Smaller amount, normally I don't really care or talking much. Maybe I should try that to see whether it can create more safe feeling for her. How about you?
Well, this whole conversation about safety, I you know what is really unexpected for me today, Sue, is the realizing there is multi-layer, right? Because there's a big part that Azhar confirmed about, I feel safe talking about money with my husband, right? I feel safe having certain conversations. There's still certain conversations that I admit we are working on, right? And just now, the moment she said, creating that safety for yourself, it's like, oh my God, there goes another layer. And honest truth is, you know what? I'm still going through the sensation right now. It's like, did I really fully create that safety? Because then, as you say, Sue, I don't need an confirmation from my husband. I already feel safe enough, right? So whatever he does, my relationship is to be with it, to support and to have fun, right? It's really not about like, okay, how do I need to continue doing and build that safety? It's probably time to get to that. Maybe it's just my conversation, get to that maturity of, it's safe already. There's nothing else that needs to be sabotaged or going to sabotage it. If there is, that means I have to work on my own safety. Right? So now I can really see how come all this work is important, right? They say, yes, you want to build your wealth, but money is not just about all the dollars and cents. Wealth is about our well-being as well, and that includes us and our relationship, isn't it, Sue?
Yeah, true, agree on that. You make me think that maybe you really can deep dive into how to make ourselves feel safe, right? Because the old saying come to my mind, before we want to change someone, right? A lot of time we expect our spouse or someone to change, right? Actually, we should change ourselves, right? Creating ourselves the safe feeling for ourselves. Maybe it's the first thing.
It's always your fault, Sue. I'm kidding.
Okay.
I agree.
Let's talk about the next week already. It's time too late. I don't want to talk to you much already. I see you only 2 weeks later.
Next session, what are we doing next session, Sue?
Our next session, we will have another returning expert again.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to talk about how do I rearrange personal finances after the holidays. During these holidays, during this season of love, right? A lot of presents you have to give. If you have contacts your wife, like my wife, that this is a commercialized event, then it's fine. If not, you may go into the easy payment plan, a lot of credit card debt, or a lot of borrowing, right? So how are we going to rearrange all these personal finances after all these holidays, traveling, right? So we can ask our expert on next week.
Why so complicated? The easiest way, how to recover from Christmas and Chinese New Year and Valentine's. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, how to recover?
Okay, anyway, next session is on 23rd of February, same time at 8:30 p.m. Right? Remember to hit the like button whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, and you already know where we are, WOW Wisdom of Wealth on both channel. Right? If you're on Facebook, what do they do, Siu?
Like and follow our page for sure. Then if you are on YouTube, just subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification so that you will know every time we have something new, right? And then thank you again for joining us. Remember 23rd of February, 2 weeks from now. And we always say that it's never too early or too late to start.
The key is to begin your wealth journey now. Okay?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. Thank you. See you again, Mavis. Thank you, Brenda.
Thank you, Jonathan, Julia.
Julia. Thank you, Angelica.